Testing sites across the city are at their peak. They are testing more than 2,000 people a day, according to Fire Chief Mario D'Agostino. But one El Pasoan says he can't get tested after his roommates are positive for COVID-19. It's a story you'll see only on ABC 7. When ABC 7 arrived to conduct the interview, Jack Dalbin was on the phone.
See which one comes first, all right?
Okay.
All right, and if you have any issues, give me a call back.
Okay. So that was the health department. They gave me a call back, gave me a PUI number, and they said they'll get back to me sometime today, probably not, then tomorrow in the morning.
After several failed attempts, it appears he's finally getting a COVID-19 test.
They are calling on for an investigation because in my situation...
The health department calls this contact tracing, and Dalbin's got a unique story behind it.
The 3 people that I live with, we all got tested together, and I came out negative for COVID. They came out positive. Since then, I have isolated myself, and I'm going to isolate myself for 14 days, but I've been trying to get a test.
He's tried the appointment route to no avail.
I've only known of one person to be able to get one of those appointments close to me. It took her a whole day to be able to, constantly looking a whole day.
So he's persisted with free testing options.
The only other place that does walk-ins for me was on Railroad. Now, I went at around noon. They were done with the walk-ins. I went the next day at 7:30 in the morning. They had run out of testings. So they told me to come back at 5:30 in the morning. Now, they don't do the testing till 10 a.m.
He's tried other methods.
CVS also, I tried going through them. They do it also for free. I have not been able to find any appointments through them. And this is very time consuming. You're on your phone constantly calling and looking through your emails and looking through this, trying to find some sort of test, and it is a desert for a test.
While others get their swabs, some may be in the same situation as Dalbin.
It's my choice, and I think that I should be able to get a test as soon as possible, with the results as soon as possible.
And again, Dalbin should be receiving a call from the health department tonight or tomorrow to confirm testing. He tells us in an attempt to remain healthy, he's since moved out of the home where his roommates were infected, so he's now living by himself. As we mentioned earlier in the newscast, Chief D'Agostino says the military sites offer 250 tests a day. However, they are in the process of looking for additional sites.